damage that it did, not just to us, to the main place down there. It leveled 2 houses.
Nearly 9 months after a series of explosions tore through an Esparto fireworks facility, neighbors are recalling the moment that changed their lives. Thank you for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Andrea Flores.
And I'm Curtis Meng. A civil grand jury report released today says officials knew of that illegal operation and failed to stop it. Livecopter 3 was over what the site looks like now. Our investigation has reported 3 Yolo Sheriff's employees own this property and live there. And on top of that, the grand jury found the county was tipped off years earlier about fireworks companies using that land. But county inspectors noted they would, quote, tread lightly because deputies own that property. It also says the sheriff's office did not enforce the county's fireworks ordinances. The report also calls out county supervisors for fostering a culture of tolerance for code violations, turning a blind eye toward an illegal business that expanded and ultimately resulted in 7 people dying. We spoke with the grand jury foreman about these findings.
The report is unusual in this respect in that we could not pinpoint the very thing that happened. And so if you look through the report, you will see there are a whole list of things that we think might have contributed to it. One is this sort of atmosphere that you should be tolerant of activities that are taking place on farmlands, not look at them too closely.
Well, in response to that damning grand jury report, the county says it has initiated internal reviews of its processes, including code enforcement procedures, and continues to work closely with local fire agencies and regional partners to strengthen coordination and communication.
KCRA 3's Andres Valle spoke to people who live near the blast site and where one home explosion happened. So he joins us live now. Andres, what are they remembering specifically about that day?
Well, guys, it's a day they say they will always remember. Many are still dealing with the tens of thousands of dollars in damages caused by that explosion. And 9 months later, they're still demanding the county take accountability for what happened. July 1st, 2025.
We could see it looked like a nuclear bomb had gone up.
The windows blew out, and then there was another big explosion.
Almost 9 months later, those who live less than a mile from that blast site in Esparto remember that day like it was yesterday.
Hot metal was flying over the house. It was like, oh, good grief. We wound up with 3 fire trucks in the yard.
A fireworks facility erupted in flames, igniting thousands of pounds of explosives and unleashing devastation across an entire community. 7 people were killed, their loved ones still demanding answers. Flowers now hang along a fence surrounding the property that once housed the illegal fireworks operation. On Thursday, the civil grand jury report revealed that nearly a dozen of county employees over the years knew about the fireworks facility, but failed to take any action.
When officials know about it, then there's just no excuse.
Pat Scribner constantly reminded of that day. Each blue tape shows a crack that was caused by the explosion. The foundation of his property ruined. He says the county should be held responsible.
They actually owe us an explanation. You know, we're the ones that had the damages done. The people have lost their lives and stuff like that. All these families, you know, deserve an explanation of what happened and whose responsibility it was.
His neighbors feel the same.
Blame the county. I think the county really didn't do what they should have done.
And Pat tells us he's at $250,000 worth of damages from that explosion so far. His neighbors weren't able to actually move back into their house until about 2 weeks ago. Live in the newsroom, Andres Valle, KCRA 3 News.
Andres, thank you. And now Yolo County has 90 days to respond to the civil grand jury report. It says it will carefully review it so the response is complete, accurate, and, quote, grounded in the full set of facts. We don't know if anyone will go to jail after 7 people died. The state fire marshal turned its investigation over to the Yolo County DA, who has yet to say if he'll file criminal charges. Now, according to the grand jury, 2 of the 3 sheriff's employees who live there remain on paid administrative leave. The 3rd retired in September. The victims' families are suing the county, the state, and public officials for $35 million.